Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into something that might just shake up your perspective on crypto. We all know Bitcoin, it's the name that started it all, the first decentralized digital currency, and the reason so many of us are even interested in cryptocurrency in the first place. But lately, there's been a lot of talk about another player in the game, one that's been quietly building momentum from the ground up, Pi Network. Now before you roll your eyes or think I'm here to hype up some new Bitcoin killer, let me make one thing clear, this isn't about who's the king of crypto. Bitcoin is legendary, no doubt. It's earned its place in history. But Pi Network is doing something very different, and in some ways, it's solving real-world problems that Bitcoin never managed to tackle. So, let's unpack all this in a way that makes sense, whether you're a hardcore crypto investor or someone who's just curious about what's next in the evolution of digital money. Bitcoin changed everything when it launched in 2009. It showed us a future where money wasn't controlled by banks or governments, where transactions could happen peer-to-peer with no middleman. It was revolutionary, no question about it. But over the years, the accessibility of Bitcoin has become a big barrier. For the average person, getting into Bitcoin today isn't easy. Buying in requires navigating exchanges, understanding private keys and wallets, and let's not forget it's expensive. One whole Bitcoin now costs more than most people's monthly salary, even in wealthier countries. Now, let's compare that with how Pi Network introduced itself. The founders behind Pi had a different vision. They wanted to make crypto accessible to everyone. Not just the rich, not just the tech-savvy, but literally anyone with a smartphone. And that's the game changer. With Pi, mining isn't about plugging in a massive machine and racking up electricity bills. It's as simple as opening an app and tapping a button once a day. No hardware. No extra power usage. Just participation and trust. And trust is key here. Pi Network is built on a concept that's been underutilized in crypto: social credibility. Instead of relying on expensive proof-of-work algorithms like Bitcoin, Pi leverages a more energy-efficient model, using the concept of security circles and social consensus to validate transactions. That means you build a network of people you trust, and that trust helps secure the network. It's personal, community-driven, and most importantly, it's scalable in a way Bitcoin never was. Let's not ignore the elephant in the room: Bitcoin's environmental impact. Mining Bitcoin consumes more energy annually than some countries. That's a massive issue, especially as the world becomes more focused on sustainability and reducing carbon footprints. Pi, on the other hand, was designed from the ground up to be eco-friendly. You can mine it without worrying about energy waste. That might not sound exciting to a hardcore crypto investor focused on short-term gains, but in the long run, sustainability could be the very thing that gives Pi the edge. But beyond energy use and accessibility, there's another important factor: speed and usability. Bitcoin, as powerful as it is, isn't exactly known for being fast. If you've ever tried sending Bitcoin during peak times, you know how frustrating it can be: slow confirmations, high fees, and long waits. That's not practical for everyday use. Pi is being developed with faster, cheaper transactions in mind. It aims to be a currency that you can actually use, not just store in a digital vault and hope it appreciates. What makes Pi especially unique is the way it's spreading. It's not just about hype or speculation, it's about building a community. You earn more Pi by engaging, by inviting friends, by securing your circle. That kind of viral, people-powered growth is something Bitcoin never had. Bitcoin grew through forums, tech blogs, and a lot of word of mouth. Pi is growing through apps, conversations, and daily participation. It's turning crypto into something social, something interactive. That's powerful. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but Pi isn't even listed on major exchanges yet. And you're right. As of now, Pi is still in its enclosed mainnet phase. But let's not forget, Bitcoin also had a long period of development and growth before it became what it is today. Every project has a timeline. What matters is what's being built in the background. And if you look closely at the Pi ecosystem, you'll see that it's not just another token. They're building apps, marketplaces, and tools that could make Pi useful in real economic activity. It's not just about speculation, it's about real-world application. And that's where Pi might actually pull ahead in the long run. Because let's be honest, how many people are actually using Bitcoin to buy things? Most of the time, it's being held as digital gold, a store of value. That's great for investors, but not so great for usability. Pi is aiming to be spendable. It's aiming to be the kind of currency you use every day, not just hold and wait. Now, don't get me wrong, Pi has a long way to go. It's not perfect. There are questions about its eventual value, about how its Open Mainnet will unfold, and whether enough businesses will accept it. But every crypto project starts with uncertainty. What matters is the foundation, and Pi's foundation is built on accessibility, sustainability, community, and usability. And let's not ignore one of the biggest things working in Pi's favor: timing. When Bitcoin launched, most people weren't ready for it. It took years before crypto went mainstream. But now, millions of people are already familiar with crypto. Smartphones are everywhere. The infrastructure is here. Pi isn't trying to educate the world about crypto from scratch, it's stepping into a world that's already primed for adoption. So will Pi ever reach the value of Bitcoin? Honestly, probably not, and that's okay. It doesn't need to be worth tens of thousands of dollars per coin to change lives. Even if Pi reaches a small fraction of that value, the impact for early adopters could be massive. And what makes it exciting is that this time, the door is open wide. You don't need thousands of dollars. You don't need expensive equipment. You just need your phone, some time, and the willingness to believe in something before it hits the spotlight. If you're mining Pi right now, keep going. Don't underestimate what this could become. And if you haven't started yet, maybe it's time to look into it. Sometimes the best opportunities are the ones that seem too simple to be real until they are. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful or thought-provoking, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more crypto content, and leave your thoughts in the comments.